Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
This was supposed to be a Letterboxd review. I have to show you clips of this movie because Sia's music has officially dethroned Loqueesha as the second worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't say this as an exaggeration. I fucking mean this shit. Jeremy Seville at least had the excuse of having a low budget and money to make this film. Music was released by Warner Music Group with a $16 million budget. I have to talk about how fucking awful this movie is. 1 minute and 33 seconds in, I knew I made a fucking mistake renting this. I decided to watch Music because I saw 3 good movies in a row. I needed to balance it out. Music is a film co-written and directed by pop music superstar Sia, with songs composed by Sia and Euphoria's composer Labyrinth. Music tells the story of a nonverbal autistic girl named Music, who imagines herself in Sia music videos to communicate her thought processes with the world. But Music's world is turned upside down when she meets her half-sister named Kazoo, or Zoo for short, a drug dealer who has fallen on hard times. With the help of a vaguely African neighbor who knows how to calm her down, Zoo learns about the power of family. I have so many analogies I have in mind from Music, so here's my first one. Music makes Gal Gadot's Imagine video look like fucking Parasite by comparison. This film is basically Gal Gadot's cover, but it's feature length. It's also fucking telling that both Sia and Leslie Odom Jr. appeared in that video. Music is one of the most smug and arrogant fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. At the very least, Gadot had good intentions with a 3-minute long cover of Imagine. I think Sia genuinely hates autistic people. Of fucking course Sia would self-insert herself into a film where she asks Kazoo to procure drugs for a charity. Fucking what?! Your big self-insert cameo and you ask a drug dealer to get you drugs for charity? You notoriously don't show your face when performing live. And this is the film you decide to show your face? Then again, she showed her face in the Imagine video. Here's another analogy. Music makes Loqueesha look like fucking Blazing Saddles by comparison. It's telling that Maddie Ziegler was the only person who had legitimate concerns about her character, in which Sia said to Ziegler, "I won't let that happen." She was 14 at the time of filming and had a more mature grasp on autism than the adults did. So with all that said, I felt dirty watching this film. This felt as if I was watching autistic blackface. Ziegler is going around with this doofy face that just irritates me. If there is one thing I can't stand, it is poorly written autistic characters. Furthermore, she was only cast because she is the dancing girl in all of Sia's music videos. Leslie Odom Jr. also makes so many wrong decisions with this character. His method of calming Music down, pinning her down, and, quote, crushing her with his love, unquote,
we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
is one of the most critically reviled scenes in this film, and for good reason. Because this was written by the whitest of white people, he talks with an African accent. Sia herself said on Twitter that these scenes would be removed in the future. Show Dogs, a movie made for children, had to be taken out of theaters to edit out a scene of a dog being grabbed by his genitals while being told to go to a happy place by another dog. It had to be put back in theaters to finish out its embarrassing run. Sia, there's no shame in doing that now. We're still in a pandemic. There's no excuse to remove this film and edit these scenes out. Here's another analogy. Music makes cats look like fucking Singing in the Rain. If I can get my Anthony Fantano on for a second, the soundtrack for music is not good. One film trope I can't stand is quirkiness for the sake of quirkiness. All these songs and musical segments just have this air of, I'm so weird and quirky! Just look at how quirky I am! All of these songs have empty platitudes such as, be yourself, family is everything, and you're awesome just the way you are. It's as if you gave the basic-ass white girl who has live, laugh, love decor around her house carte blanche to write an album. Here's the thing. Sia didn't want this to be a musical, but Warner Music Group, who will probably get all 10 cents of revenue from this video because the entertainment industry doesn't understand fair use movie reviews, plopped $10 million into Sia's driveway and said, it's a musical now. Labyrinth actually composed one of my favorite moments of recent television when Rue relapsed on Euphoria. What the fuck happened with these songs? Of fucking course, it's one of those films where Kazoo buys an inflatable kiddie pool and puts it outside of an apartment complex because Kazoo is so quirky, y'all, and not a selfish drug dealer. Even then, wouldn't all these musical segments be a little too much for autistic people? Literally, the first big musical number is obnoxious pop music playing and strobe lights flashing with what looks like fucking blackface? I'm eagerly awaiting the inevitable Train Records episode from Time the Shadows on this soundtrack. The performances in this film make Artemis Fowl look like Macbeth. How is it that Kate Hudson shaved her head for this thankless role? How do you waste the talents of Hudson, Tig Notaro, Ben Schwartz, Hector Elizondo, Juliette Lewis, and especially Leslie Odom Jr., and definitely Maddie Ziegler? There are plot beats in this film that make The Room look like an Aaron Sorkin film. You know, music's grandma dying should be a bigger fucking deal for both music and zoo, right? Right? Odom's character, Ebo, reveals he has some mystery illness, but it's never really brought up again and is just there for cheap sentimentality. Then there is batshit pretentious dialogue like this.
Water is not free, you know.
But we're setting it free, George.
Oh, and Kazoo and Ebo are a couple at the end of the film, despite showing absolutely no chemistry, and the fact that Kazoo was almost going to put her fucking sister in a home for autistic people. And of fucking course, this film gets nominated for 2 Golden Globes. Really? I know 2020 wasn't the best year for film, and the Hollywood Foreign Press clearly wants Leslie Odom Jr. to show up and perform The Room Where It Happens, but nothing about this film screams Golden Globe nominations! Are you shitting me? Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar deserve both of music's Golden Globe nominations. And I'm not just saying that. That's a way better movie. Music is the most atrocious depiction of autism I have ever seen in my life. It was made for these assholes who haha react on Facebook whenever an ad for Hulu's I Am Greta documentary shows up. As someone who has Asperger's, Sia can go fuck herself. Do I really need to tell you what star rating this gets? And may God have mercy on Sia's soul. So, my current movie reviews are on Letterboxd right now. Be sure to like, comment, share, spread the word in New Realms Media. Follow me on all my socials at New Realms Media. And until then, here's the video I wanted to put out before I saw this movie.